Hola a todos, bienvenidos a Sabor con Hola. Yo soy Jessica Tovar. Hoy estoy acompañada con mi compañera de trabajo Faith y nuestra invitada hoy es Mary Angie.
Hi.
¿Cómo están todos? And let's get started. Do you want to do an intro?
Sure. Welcome to Sabor con Hola. My name is Faith Evans with our main host Jessica Tovar and our very special first time ever teen guest, Mary Angie Lopez. She's a senior at East Hampton High School and she's here to guide us through a recipe that she calls one of her comfort food dishes.
It's my favorite dish. It's feta pasta. I added my own little twist. People add their own certain seasonings, but I mix a lot of seasonings together, and I've perfected the recipe with the way I season it now. So
awesome. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
So we're gonna give a little quick recap. So Faith and I are Youth Connect counselors. I shared in one of the other episodes that Faith and I just got to do. I've been able to come to Sabor con Hola and have different guests come and we do different recipes, but I've never really gotten the chance to share what I do with Hola. And so we are counselors. Youth Connect is an emotional support line for teens. I'll let Faith do it, but I'm going to do it in Spanish. Nosotros somos una línea de apoyo emocional para los jóvenes. Todo es confidencial, todo es anónimo, nos pueden escribir un mensaje de texto, nos pueden llamar por teléfono, nos pueden escribir un correo electrónico. Bueno, siempre le decimos y molestamos a los jóvenes, si los castigan y les quitan los celulares, nos pueden escribir un correo electrónico. No vamos a preguntar información personal de nadie, todas las conversaciones que tenemos quedan entre nosotros. And now I'm going to give it to you to do in English.
Okay, yes, we are Youth Connect. That is what she does outside of being here at Sabor. We are counselors with Youth Connect, and Youth Connect is an emotional support helpline for teens, college students, and middle school students. And our helpline is an anonymous and confidential helpline. So students can reach out to us about anything. Whatever they want to vent about or talk about, if they're feeling lonely, they're in an argument with somebody, or they want to share good news, they reach out to Youth Connect. And Jessica and I are counselors on the other side of the helpline. So if a teen or anyone reaches out to us, Jessica or myself are one of the responders. And we're just a fraction of the team of counselors that respond to the teens. And it was born out of East Hampton, but we cover schools from Montauk to Riverhead, Shelter Island, Greenport area. Sorry, my mind's
okay.
And yes, like I said, you can call us and text us or email us. It's anonymous, so we will not know who you are. If you reach out to us in the helpline, we won't even ask you who you are. And it's confidential, so whatever you share with us stays with us. And it's free, so it's no cost to you at all. You just text our number, which is 631-810-9010. And one of us will respond. And as you know, it is bilingual. So
Yes.
we just wanted to
All right,
share that.
and we're very excited because as Faith mentioned, you're our first teen. My daughter wasn't exactly a teen when she came onto the first episode, but you're our first official teen.
Yay, I'm excited.
And so share a little bit more about yourself, Mary Angie. Why are you making feta pasta for us today?
Okay, well, this is literally my go-to comfort dish. I think I lived off of this for 2 weeks. I would constantly make it. Me and my friend would go to my sister's house, watch a movie, literally make this, and then I would we would do it I think every single weekend. We did it for a whole month straight, and I was like, we gotta stop. It's getting to a point where girl. No.
All right, so tell us.
Yes.
How are we gonna start?
Oh, how are we gonna start?
Yeah.
So first, when I do this, I first put the feta. Wash your hands, obviously.
Yeah.
I put the feta in the bowl, so we can do that right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it.
Would you like us?
Yeah.
Here, come in the
Here's
middle.
the feta.
Straight spots.
Okay.
There you go.
You can get a big block or a small block. I usually prefer the big block because the cheesier the better. So then you put the block in the middle.
Okay.
And then you rinse your tomatoes. You can do small cherry tomatoes, multicolored, or if you don't have those, you can get big tomatoes that you have in your house. Just chop them up. It's not the same in my opinion, but and then you pour them. Make sure they don't fall.
Okay.
Just pour them. Oops,
Okay.
there we
I'll
go.
get it.
So you pour it throughout. And the sides. And then what I do is I take a hefty amount of olive oil and I pour it on the whole thing first.
Okay, oh, including the cheese.
Yeah. And then after this is where I mince the garlic. You could also use a garlic press. Most people don't have that. I have that at my sister's house, so we would use a garlic press. But you would do 3 cloves and you would mince them, which I'm gonna do right now. Mincing is really easy. You literally just
Okay.
this thing's gonna
That knife, yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna put it towards the edge. But you can use as much garlic. It's to your preference, but in my opinion, there's never you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do it quickly in
There's never too much-
Spanish.
there's never too
So,
much garlic.
Mary Angie cogió un bloque grande de feta cheese, aunque ella dice que también se puede hacer una porción más pequeña. Inclusive se puede usar diferentes tamaños de tomates. En este caso estamos usando los cherry tomatoes. Pero si tienen tomates normales en sus casas, solamente los pican en pedacitos más pequeños y lo ponemos alrededor del feta y le echamos aceite de oliva. Y ella está picando el ajo mientras tanto. And that's my timer for our pasta that we had started. And I'm going to empty this out for Mary Angie while she finishes mincing up the
While
garlic.
she drains the pasta and minces the garlic, I'd like to add, what's cool, Jessica and I did an earlier episode of how we go into the high schools and talk about ways to cope with emotional stress, coping mechanisms. And in a lot of our presentations, we do talk about comfort foods. Go home from school, make something you like that makes you feel good. And that's why I really love that Angie's brought one of her comfort food recipes. It's like being able to
Literally.
talk to the teens about it and then have an actual teen show us what she does at home.
This is my holy grail. Like I'm not kidding, my holy grail.
Yes.
Okay, I think
Okay, and then another thing I'd like to add while they're chopping and pouring is Mary Angie here is a good friend of my daughter's. And I am one of the lucky people that have tasted her recipe more than once. And the way it began is my daughter texting me from school saying, "Mom, can you buy these ingredients? Mary Angie's coming over to cook a meal for our friends." And I'm like, as long as you leave me a plate, you guys can do it. And so many times she's been to my house to cook this delicious recipe where I actually know how to do it too now.
Yeah.
And so it's good, it's a really great treat and it's just special to have her here showing you one of her cool recipes. So
Okay.
go ahead.
You can do as big pieces as you want. It's all about preference, honestly. So then I take the garlic, and this is the most important step in my opinion. You don't put the garlic on the tomatoes, you put it on top of the block. And I like spread it because I like to like have the garlic like somewhat absorb like the flavor into the block of the feta.
You move
Oh,
the
look
dish
at
on the
that.
camera,
Yeah,
maybe
let's put it over
on the
here.
stove top for a minute so you get a better view.
Ok, entonces Mary Angie le gusta poner el ajo encima del bloque del queso, fuera de poniéndolo alrededor con los tomates, porque ella dice que ayuda con los sabores, el queso lo
Like it brings
absorbe
the
más.
flavor, yeah, it brings like more flavor out in my opinion.
Very
I'm gonna
clever.
wash my
So,
hands
how
really
many
quickly.
tries did it take you to figure that one out?
Good question.
That took about like 4. I was like, the first time I did it, I poured it like all over the tomatoes, and then I came out and I was like, So I did it like it literally took me like 4 tries, and then I ended up putting it on top of the garlic with like all the seasonings, but like I also incorporate most of the seasonings on the
On the
feta blocks.
cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
One second, I'm gonna wash my hands.
Okay.
Great.
Ham.
So good. And guys, it smells so good.
It does. It smells so good.
You can't go wrong with garlic and olive oil.
Okay, and then
Okay.
the ingredients that I use are paprika, adobo, and garlic powder, and pepper, any salt you like. I usually prefer the pink Himalayan salt. I don't know, it just has benefits in my opinion.
Okay.
And then Italian seasoning. That's very important.
That's very important. Okay, so what are we
so
gonna start with first?
Start with salt first.
Okay. You brought up a good point earlier when you were
Yes.
describing this dish. Tell me with the salt factor.
So the salt and adobo, it's like a very salty seasoning. So like when I combine, cause like, you know, you don't want it to be too salty. So when I do these two, you have to be very crucial in adding like how much you're adding of each seasoning, especially like with salt. You don't want it to be too salty.
And
'cause-
the feta cheese is pretty salty.
Yeah,
itself
exactly.
also,
So it's
yeah.
like a lot of salt, you know, so you have to like make sure. So I usually just like go over it once. Well, I already did it. Well, it's like once and a little bit more.
Okay.
And then I go in with the adobo. I don't add a lot of this, but I add a good amount.
Like a few
Okay.
pinches?
Yeah.
Over the tomatoes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
And then mostly over the feta.
okay.
And it just comes naturally to me. Like, if you do want like measurements, I would do a teaspoon of each ingredient, but I measure with my heart.
Aw, we love that.
So I've always like, my dad's a chef too, so
Oh,
he was
nice.
like, when I'm growing up, he would always be like, literally just measure with your heart. Like,
Aw.
there's never too much of, well, there is too much of something, but there's never too much like, and like seasoning wise, like other than like salt, you know what I mean? So then I take paprika, and then I like to do a hefty amount of paprika on
I
like,
love paprika.
Okay.
on
Yeah, I like
the
paprika
feta
too.
pasta,
Yeah.
on the block. I don't really do it on the tomatoes, but if you really want to. This is like a light taste, like this seasoning, you can't really like taste it, but you can at the same time, which is what I like. And also, there's never too much garlic, so I always add powdered garlic on top too, like.
Awesome.
Okay, so tenemos paprika, tenemos adobo, sal, pimienta, poquita sal porque el adobo obviamente ya tiene la sal y el queso también es bien saladito. ¿Y qué más? Italian seasoning ahorita.
This is the last. This is another holy grail. So then I do pepper.
So where did you learn how to make this?
So I was like in my bed. I remember I was like really unmotivated for a week. I was like in my bed, like I literally didn't get out of bed for anything whatsoever. And I remember that it started trending on TikTok, like
Yeah.
feta pasta, literally like everything. I was like, oh my god, that looks so good. I need to try that. And so then I was like, one day I got the motivation because I love food so much. It literally gave me the motivation. I was like, get up and go make this right now. Like, it'll literally make your day. And I was like, I got up and I think I told my sister to like get the ingredients for me. And she was like, okay, I got you, it's fine. And then she went and I went home and I made it and I literally, it like rejuvenated me. I was like, oh my
so
god, that
great.
tastes so good. And then I lived off of that for another week because I didn't want to eat anything else in my house. I was like, I don't want anything else. I literally just ate feta pasta for a whole week. Yeah.
I'd like to add though, I did see the TikTok recipe because my daughter
Yeah.
showed me.
Yeah.
But Mary Angie makes it with Mary Angie's
Yes.
heart.
With-
I was just gonna
Because
say that.
these seasonings are not in the recipe.
Yeah,
none
she
of
adds
these,
her extra
yeah.
touch to it.
They usually like add like salt, pepper, and like,
Yes, yeah,
That's it.
like I'm pretty sure
I think
like
that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like not a lot. Okay, I added garlic, not garlic powder, black pepper, but I add a little more. I don't really like pepper, but in this, it like brings out the flavor, in my
Okay.
opinion, of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last thing is, this is very important step for how I make it. I use Italian seasoning,
Okay.
and I add a hefty amount of that too.
Okay. I like that
I
you
like the-
focus so much on like the cheese. Like the
cheese,
cheese has to
yes.
be the star of
The
like,
cheese, because I
that
feel like
gets marinated.
it's like a burst of flavor,
It needs
like
love.
yes.
The cheese.
And then what I like to do is I like to like mix with my hands the tomato,
Okay.
so like it's all incorporated in like the
Yeah.
oil and everything.
Mhm.
Cause one time I didn't add enough oil and like literally like burned everything and it didn't come out good. So
Okay.
that's a crucial step in my opinion.
That's a
Okay,
trial and
entonces,
error.
Yeah.
Since it's crucial, we're gonna say it in Spanish. So, okay, ahorita estamos mezclando bien los tomaticos para que estén bien cubiertos con el aceite de oliva, porque si no, se pueden quemar los tomates.
Yeah, and also another thing I do personally is I pat down the seasoning into like the garlic
Ooh.
into the block. Like if I don't see the block colorful, I'm not.
It's not done.
It's not ready. I'm not gonna continue.
So,
yeah.
Mary Angie, I have a question. Do you
Okay.
feel like you've perfected this recipe?
Absolutely.
Like it's done.
Yes,
Nothing
absolutely.
else to add. It's
Yes,
here.
but you can. In my opinion, I haven't tried it, but I would love this with like a grilled chicken or like
Oh,
you could literally
yeah.
pair it with so many proteins like shrimp, something else, like anything you want.
Would you
honestly.
throw it in there or just on the side?
I would throw it like no, I would cook it
Okay.
on the side and I would like put it on top like slice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You know,
nice.
cute.
Yeah.
And then I
Nice.
take oops sorry.
Some more
Messy.
olive oil.
I take a little more and I literally just drizzle it on the top.
Okay.
And also
Very good.
olive oil is important too, like it adds more flavor to it. Okay.
Mhm.
And then you pat it down. And then you mix a little more.
So
And
you're a
then-
senior. What are
Yeah.
you
Mix your napkin.
thinking about for after high school?
Well, I'm moving. So I applied to like 4 different colleges. Like they were all SUNYs. And I like I applied to them, and I got into all 4.
Congratulations.
Good job.
But I also, growing up, I always thought, like, I've always wanted to be, like, an esthetician or, like, go into, like, the cosmetology field because
Okay.
ever since I was little, like, I would love to do nails and, like, hair. Like, I would experiment with, like, you know those, like, doll heads that you get?
Yeah.
From, like, in those, like, packs?
The
Yes.
Barbie that was just a head
Yes,
style
oh my
or
God.
hair.
And don't get me started with the Barbies too. I would take my Barbie's hair and I would take this mini straightener that I had in my mom's room and I would go and I would literally like one time I was like going through it, I was like, I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, her hair's gonna come
I'm
out.
afraid.
It literally as soon as I put it on, she
melted off.
literally all her hair came off, and I started
Your
crying, and I was
first
like,
memory.
are you serious? Like this is so bad. But then my mom ended up bringing like a bigger head. Like she has these creepy heads in the corner of her room that like you can practice like hair on.
Okay.
So I took one day and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do like a braid or something, see if I like it, or like straighten it. I straightened her hair. It was pretty good. Like nothing. Well, a couple chunks came out, and the straightener's ruined. But I straightened it. And it looked really cute. And I was like, I really enjoyed that. I was
That's
like,
great.
that could be like something. And like I was also loved painting too. Like
Mhm.
I painted. I'd taken all of the art classes in school possible. Like I can't take anymore. Like
Yeah, you
I've
used to go
literally
to my
taken
art
every
workshop.
single.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I went to
that.
Amarillo,
Oh,
Lucas. I
likewise.
remember. I think I'm in like a sunset or something. I was always obsessed with sunsets too.
Yeah.
But in my art class, I literally took all the art classes and I took all the cooking classes. I'm in my last cooking class, which is food science, so it's like science related, but like with
I think
food,
we've
like the
been in
science of
those
food.
too.
Into those,
We've
yeah.
done presentations in those classes also.
But I learned a lot from that class too. Like I've just been learning a lot about cooking, especially because my dad's a chef. And he like has taught me since I was little, like how to like do this, how to like cook chicken, how to cook rice, all that stuff. So I was like slowly learning from him too. And like myself, like I would like lay stuff out, be like, okay, we're gonna cook this today. And we're gonna see if you can do it like right or like if you know, it's like
Yeah.
trial and error.
That's
basically.
nice. Well, that's why
Yeah.
I was asking you because since you mentioned that your dad was a chef and you clearly know your way in the
Yeah.
kitchen,
Yeah.
I was, I wanted to know if that's something that you wanted to pursue, if you wanted to go to culinary school.
I thought about that too, and I was talking about that with my guidance counselor. She's like, why don't you like go pursue culinary school since you went through all like you literally blew through all the cooking classes in school.
Yeah.
I thought about it and I applied to, I don't know if I applied though, but I was gonna apply to one of the things because also growing up, I would watch, if any of you know MasterChef with Chef Ramsay.
Yeah.
He is my favorite, and I was like, oh my God, I would love to do that one day. Like that's so cool, that's so awesome. But like I feel like I would be stressed at the same, like if I went into like that field. If I did go into that field, I would probably do like private chef.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would do like private
Well, Gordon
chef.
Ramsay would make you stressed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
anyone,
saying.
make anyone
I
stressed.
think he'd make me like
Yeah.
go, I don't know, but like I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
I would be like it would like take the passion away, I don't know. But personally I love to cook in my house with a little music and like just do whatever I want, like add all the seasonings I want. It's just peaceful. Like it's my peace.
I love
Aw,
that.
I love that. That's beautiful.
And that's where my love for food came from. I'm a big foodie too. Like I go to places just for the food. I literally just go to places just for the food. Like the city, I go to the city all the time just for the food.
What's your favorite like cuisine? What's your favorite type of food?
Well, I love cheese.
Clearly.
So, yeah,
Wow.
like cheese is my biggest. But ever since I was little, lasagna
Okay.
has always been my favorite. Pasta, any type of pasta except for carbonara. I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah, okay.
But this is obviously this is my favorite one that I've ever made.
And it's
Like,
yours. So.
And it's
Yours.
yes, and it's I added my touch to it.
I feel like we should name it. Should we put it in the oven now? Or what's the next step?
Yeah, you could I just do this and like throw it in the oven for
Okay.
like 20 minutes. Well, you just check on it like I usually check on like every 7 minutes just to see
Okay.
if like the block, once you see the block like start to like the sides of it get like
Bubbly?
crispy.
Okay.
Yeah, crispy. That's when you know it's like, oh, it's getting there. Like it's softening up.
Okay.
The tomatoes too. Also, when you take it out of the oven, guys, please be careful because one time I was popping the tomatoes. Like you have to smush the tomatoes.
Oh, they can, yes, that's right.
Yeah, and
They can
I
splash.
accidentally literally smushed it and it like splattered on my face and it was so bad. So be
Oh,
careful with
sorry.
that.
Okay.
But yeah,
What-
let me just pop this.
What do you normally? I'm gonna grab the oven
Okay.
mitts because we have one in the oven,
Yeah.
and I don't want to burn myself.
So Angie, How many times do you think you've made this dish? I'm just curious. Or should I not ask?
No, you can. I think I've made it. I have an addiction. I think I made it like 12 times now. Like
Okay,
12
that's
more
not
than
bad.
that.
That's not
Like,
bad. I thought you were
I had
saying like
a
more, yeah.
No. I had a phase where, like, for the whole month, me and my friend would literally just make it every single weekend and then, like, watch a movie or something. And she would be like, you season it. I don't want to season it.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, you're so good at season it. And I was like, oh, okay, I will. Don't worry. And she's like, oh, my God. This like, every time I would make it, she would be like, I think this is the best one. And then I make the other one. She's like, no. This has to be the best one.
Oh, I
And I was
love
like,
that.
I was like, okay, well, which one's your favorite? Like, she's like, okay, now this one. And this is, like, the recipe that I,
Perfect.
with the
Love
garlic.
it.
We started adding the garlic, the actual raw garlic. Like,
I feel
on
like you
top.
should
Oh,
name it
okay.
too.
Yeah.
You should name
I
your
know I
dish.
should. Mary Angie special.
Mary Angie special.
I love it.
Mary Angie special.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm gonna open this. Oh, well, because we had it warming up in here.
Oh no.
It got a little bit too
No,
crispy.
guys, trust me, it's still
Oh,
gonna
it's gonna
taste.
be fun.
It's only
No.
because it was beautiful when it came in
Yeah,
here.
that happened to me one time before too.
Okay.
But you just please.
You seem very calm about it.
Yeah,
You're not
I'm
even
calm,
phased.
because
It's fine.
No wonder it was
it's fine.
A
smelling
little
extra
charred-
delicious.
A little char isn't the problem.
It's okay. It's like
It gives
chunky.
flavor. It gives flavor.
Like a barbecue flavor.
Yeah, it's only because we were enjoying ourselves too much.
Yeah,
Is this
I
gonna
wash my
be?
hands.
Is this gonna be good, or you want a fork to kind of mix it around?
No, that's fine.
This is fine. Okay.
I'm gonna wash my
Okay.
hands.
Okay, you wash your hands. I'm gonna take partial blame for we were chatting so much and enjoying
Yes,
ourselves.
You're loving your company.
Yeah, and it was smelling so good.
It was smelling good. It still smells
Guys,
good,
it's-
honestly. It does.
I
It's
think
fine.
it's still salvageable.
I'm just so
It is
eating.
here.
Okay. All right, careful
So
because
this is the
hot.
crucial part. Is be careful, like when you're doing the
Oh
tomatoes.
yeah, we're backing up. Look at
Yeah.
us.
Yes, ladies, back up. Okay, and then we literally just smush all of it, and then you drain the pasta where it's already drained too.
Yeah, already drained, and then we reserve some of the pasta
curious to see what
water.
you're gonna do with the water.
I really don't think it's
I
gonna
don't-
be a situation. I think
It
it's gonna be
depends.
good.
Like I always save a little just in case with any like
it's
pasta
dry?
dish that I make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that's how you want it to look.
Yummy.
But first, I crushed the tomato. I just wanted to check. Crush the tomatoes. Literally, I have like trauma of it coming when it's squirted on me.
okay.
So I have a question while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, or do you know if other teens or other friends outside or inside your friend group go home and make comfort food like you? Is this a common
Yes.
thing?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I've talked to my friends and I'm like, I always like ask them like, I always like to ask my friends questions. I'm like, so like, what is your like favorite food? And they'll like tell my other friend's favorite food is this too because I think
Because
I
you made it
I
for
think it's
them.
my
I think I
daughters.
made it. I think I made it for her. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I made it for them, and they're like, I think this just has to be my favorite in the world. But I get a lot of people like pasta. Like that's a big like
Yeah,
thing
it's
that
very
people
popular.
love.
Teens love
Comfort
pasta,
food.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and like people like a lot of like burritos and like
Mhm.
soups is a big one too.
Really?
Oh, that's
I
so
wouldn't
interesting.
expect
Yeah.
soup.
I wouldn't
People,
either.
there's this one girl I asked. She said her comfort meal is like chicken noodle soup. Like,
Oh.
I was
Okay.
like, oh, I like chicken. This looks really good.
So I know when my daughter comes home from college this weekend, she's going to request this. So
Oh, for sure.
there you
but
go.
probably never did the minced garlic, so I'm gonna probably add that.
No, she's gonna love that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then once it's like mixed, it should look like this. It's just a little crispy back. Like, that's the love that
I
was
think
added
it's fine,
into it.
yeah.
It still looks good.
Still
smells
And then what I take, since it's a little thick, this is why I always have backup
Pasta
Wow.
water.
pasta
look
water.
at
So I add a
you.
little bit, and just to see for it to get like a little creamier and like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it needs like a little more,
Okay.
and I think we're good with that much.
I love it.
Always save your pasta water.
Always say pasta water.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
exactly.
this is good. Then I take the pot, and then I literally just like scoop it
Yeah.
in here.
It's so simple. Like
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, it's like easy to go, like when you're on the go, you can make a quick meal, you have a little time. Oh, and I love to put, if you want personally, I like to put Parmesan cheese on top of it
Right.
and pop it in the microwave and like let it melt,
okay.
and it tastes really good.
You
My
definitely-
friend
you definitely
actually,
love the
my
cheese.
friend actually put me on to that too. She was like, let's just add a little Parmesan cheese on top and like
Love
melt
it.
it and see. And I was like, ooh, I kind of like that. So she added her own little touch too.
Should we have
Which is what I added
bowl
to
to
it.
taste? You wanna
Yeah,
taste
and
Do
it?
you want me
Mix
to
it.
help mix some of this one? We
Here's like
Yes,
little
start
pieces.
to wrap up really quickly. You want me to add some more of the pasta water? A little bit?
Yeah, a little
Oh,
more.
to loosen it a tiny bit, is that
Yeah,
good?
that's good.
Okay.
I love
And
it.
then we can try it really quickly.
Yeah, here's a bowl. Let me see if there's
Well,
Well,
some.
Mary Angie, thank you so much for coming onto the
You're
show and
welcome.
teaching us how to make
Thank
your
you for inviting
favorite,
me.
the Mary Angie special, right?
Mary
That's
Angie
what we
Mary
named
Angie
it?
special,
Yeah.
and what makes this extra special today is that you are the first teen to ever be on the
Yes.
show
Thank
with
you for
us.
inviting
A
me.
senior, we love this. And we do reach out to youth, so having a youth as part of this episode makes it extra special.
Oh, that looks really
So,
good.
all right, you go ahead and, you
Okay.
go try it, chef, tell us.
All right, it's yours.
Oh, me?
Well, yeah,
Okay, there's spoons over
these.
there. Jess, I'll look for a couple plates for us.
There's plates right underneath you, right there.
Right there?
Yep, to the
I
right.
see them, yay. Take one.
All right.
All right,
Oh, that's a massive fork.
that's good. Bigger bites, come
There
on.
you go.
Bites.
All right, you go
Okay.
All right,
first.
go first.
Okay.
Tell us, Mary Angie, is it,
Is it the Mary Angie special?
My sisters were like in the kitchen. I was like, what? I want some. I was like, no.
you didn't share, huh? Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Oh,
These are very large forks.
this is good.
Okay.
It's so good.
So excited.
Thank you, I'm so excited.
This is my lunch.
The big fork.
I know, it's like a shovel.
All right, now you know.
Cheers.
Feta pasta and reach out to Youth Connect.
Yes.
Thank you guys for
being
watching.
here. Can we try it?